behind them as they try to stay in the top 4 in the West. Luka took the blame for the loss to Golden State. He made just 6 of 17 shots and missed all 6 from deep. Dalton did not get off the bench, but with this look, he's telling fans, I'll be back in the rotation. DK is averaging 20 points in the 2 games against the Pelicans. Just 6 games to go in the regular season. The Lakers still have a lot of business to take care of. No reason to fool around tonight against the banged-up Pels team. Tip-off coming up at 7:30 here on Spectrum Sportsnet. They won their last 5 at home against New Orleans. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. I'm Chris McGee, joined by 7-time champion Robert Horry, 5-time champion Derek Fisher. They won 3 titles together, and you're here sitting at the same table.
This is rare air. Right
Rare
now.
air.
This very rarely happens, so.
What have you had, 3 shows together?
Maybe.
3 to match your 3 titles?
Yes.
Man, you guys won a lot of titles together. A lot of games won.
A lot of games.
On this set together, the 3 of us.
Sure. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Remember.
He said between the 3 of us.
Just saying.
I just caught that.
I wasn't in the business
you know what,
yet. I was a younger man, and I was at the height of my rage. I was going to all the games. We were there together.
Yeah, I know it.
I toasted Rob.
You know what's better, though?
Up
It's a lot of playoff games.
Yeah.
I broke the record, then he broke my record, then
Yep.
LeBron broke his record. Playoff games.
And
A
I've
lot of
broken
playoff
every
games.
record here at this table in terms of most shows done. So we're all breaking records out here. Come on, Fish. By the way, congrats on being here.
Thank you.
Before the show started, you both did a real nice job. All right, let's get you to the Western Conference standings. Oh, man, I'm just kidding. Thunder playing the Rockets right now. They're actually down big. Nuggets jumped the Lakers last night when the Lakers lost to the Warriors, and the Warriors jumped up to just a game behind the Lakers in that 5th spot. Grizzlies holding on to 6 for dear life as they've been sliding. Timberwolves and Clippers charging. Clips play the Mavs back-to-back coming up here. Everyone's playing each other. Big one tonight in the Bay Area. Warriors taking on the Nuggets. So we'll be watching that scoreboard and checking out the standings as much as possible. Rob, I'm going to start with you. That loss last night to the Warriors, it's a possible first-round matchup. I saw you sitting there courtside in the good seats. What were some of your takeaways?
You know, when you watch that game, it's so good to see a game, especially a game like a potential playoff matchup, and you see how they play one another. You know, you see how aggressive Draymond plays LeBron. You see how Jimmy Butler was just kind of, surveying and everything. But then also you saw how Luka could take advantage of them in the post, but he only did like once or twice. It's almost like he said, I'm going to save this just in case we have to play them. And for me, you look at little nuances like that within the game. Where are the mismatches at? And even though they had a great shooting game, meaning the Warriors, I'm still not worried about this team if we have to play them because they did a lot of things extraordinary in this game. Jimmy Butler didn't have a good game. I feel like the matchup would favor the Lakers big time.
Yeah, I think the game, the Warriors in their most successful run, strength in numbers was one of their, kind of monikers. They had it on the T-shirts. That was really what they leaned on. Not just the greatness of Steph, Clay, Draymond, but the depth. And the matchup last night reminded me that both teams share in a little bit of that now. And I think the Lakers have evolved into that type of group where, sure, it's LeBron and there's Luka, but Austin Reeves has taken a big jump into the 3rd best player on the team. But then there's the additional guys that have the opportunity to impact winning on a nightly basis that are more than capable of allowing the Lakers to bring considerable depth into a playoff matchup against the Warriors. It wouldn't be just LeBron and Luka versus the Warriors players. It would be a Lakers team that has versatility, both offensively and defensively. And I think last night shows how entertaining that matchup would be, but we know how much it's going to change over the next week and a half.
So 6 games left, right? 5 are considered very tough. Lakers heavily favored tonight. So you need to kind of capitalize on this one and then get set for those last 5 games. Because, Rob, frankly, the Lakers haven't fared well against some of the worst teams in the league lately.
You talk about the Hornets, you talk about the Jazz,
Brooklyn Nets.
Talk about Brooklyn.
I mean, the Bulls are playing better basketball.
Yeah, the Bulls are playing better basketball. But I look at this game as a game where, we go out and we execute some things. We do a little game plan, and then we out by the second half. There's no reason for you not to put the foot to the pedal and just roll over these guys like they're speed bump because they basically, calling the season. You name me one guy on the team that you can name, like who he played for. Who he played for. And for me, it's a time for LeBron to, get some rest. We always talk about load management. This is one of those games where, you go out and you execute. You don't play around. You don't try to take logo shots and dazzle the crowd. You go out and you beat them down so guys like connect, guys like, whoever is, can get some minutes and play. Because I think Connect, he didn't play last night. And they played a zone. And I'm like, dude, you got the zone buster sitting right over there.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's one of the guys you got to keep him fresh. You got to give him some game minutes because you're going to need guys like him. Because Vando's getting his minutes, Dodo's getting his minutes. Everybody's getting minutes, but the one key guy to me is going to have to be this guy because you're going to have to need some shooting sooner or later.
Matchup-wise, I think tonight, with so many guys out for the Pelicans, the regular season has changed. When we play, which I know it sounds like when we played, like it was a long time ago, it was different, where there were nights where you literally knew you could go out and step on the gas and eradicate anybody you played that night. It was just one of those nights. But the amount of threes that teams shoot, whether it's the Lakers and or their opponents, it changes how you can kind of go out and just get a separation and keep it. And so that's the challenge tonight, is how to stay focused possession by possession so that by the third quarter, maybe you're up 15, but you're not necessarily trying to blow them out right to start.
Good point. Let's get you live to Lakers reporter Mike Trudell, who's first on the floor. Michael, I got a lot of rings on the desk, breaking it down wisely.
That is lots of rings, no doubt, and some interesting information for sure there. And I think that is kind of the focus, as Fish was just saying, and I put that to JJ. So this is a New Orleans team, maybe the only one left the Lakers are going to play, where the organization is probably focused a bit more on next season than now. But the players don't usually care about that. The guys that are out there, and especially when they see the purple and gold on the other side of the court, they are going to play hard, and the Lakers need to be ready for that. So that's where we started with JJ, and then we got into some LeBron talk as well after LeBron had that excellent second half against the Warriors. Here's JJ.
You think back to the game we played in New Orleans, obviously a different team, but we had our guys in the lineup, and we were down early, didn't come ready to play, and they had I know there's some interchangeable parts. We now have Trey on our team, but it's a similar sort of setup, and they're playing a similar way. They're crashing, they're cutting, they're driving, they're looking to attack the rim. So we have to be ready for that level of effort and force.
Sorry, and just wondered, just LeBron kind of looked like the three-point stroke that started to come back, and just physically what he was able to do in the second half. Was that encouraging as he keeps building up towards the